And so finally we get back in the boat and we turn the corner, and lo and behold, there was the place we had to leave.
They basically stopped to rest 100 yards before the end of the.
Oh my God, we finally get a break.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 33 of The Mashup, the best bourbon conversation you're going to hear all week long. We're your hosts, Michael, Anthony, and Steven. Hey, guys.
Hey, fellas.
Hey guys, I was supposed to be getting a lecture together, but instead I'm here with you guys drinking bourbon.
So, Michael, did you do anything this past week?
My wife decided a couple weeks ago, she had texted me from the bedroom. Okay, so I'm in the living room watching TV. She's in the bedroom, and she's like, why don't we take the kids canoeing?
Okay.
And I didn't even respond. And then
I was assume this is something you've done before.
And then an hour later, I go to bed and I just kind of pretend like I didn't get that text, even though she knows I'm just laying there on the couch with my phone in front of me.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she decided, and like normal, she invites Steven and his wife and their kids as well. We decide we're actually doing this. We're going to take the kids canoeing. All summer, if you haven't noticed, it has rained a lot this summer, and particularly in the last 2 weeks. You know what happens when it rains and then you want to go canoeing. All of a sudden, the water level rises to
Stronger than a babbling brook.
Yes, yeah, so much. It's like level 3 rapids out there,
So we're talking serious stuff.
Oh, yeah. So we get there, we signed up for canoeing.
No, it wasn't that serious.
It wasn't that serious?
No,
okay,
no.
all right.
No. So we get there, we sign up. First, I walk in to check in, tell them we're here. And she's like, okay. She's like, great. She's like, do you all have little kids with you? I was like, yeah, both of us do. Both families do. She's like, well, we wouldn't recommend canoeing if you have little kids because the water level is high.
Ah.
So they talked us into rafts. And I was like, okay, hold on. I was like, I just came in here to sign in. Let me go get my wife. I'll let her make that decision.
So it's a raft. It's just like a raft?
A raft.
Like a big raft with walls.
Oh, I got you.
Everyone in one boat.
Okay,
Not like you're probably thinking like Tom Sawyer crossing the Mississippi there on like a
think of like
a wooden platform.
Yeah, think of
I
when you
know what
see
you mean,
when people go whitewater rafting.
Yeah, like an
but a
almost
scaled down version of that.
So if you go to one of those amusement parks, they put you in a big rubber tube and they send you down the river. Yeah,
something like
I got
that.
you.
So
yeah, okay.
We take a bus to where they drop us off, and then you raft or canoe back to the original spot. And I mean, the place where they put us in, the water was moving pretty fast, So they put us in, my wife and I and our 2 kids, got a 7 and a 6-year-old, put us in, as soon as we are in, we're off. There was no way of stopping us, we just take off. We'd like to wait for Steven and his family.
Did you guys just wave
Well, when we got in there, I'm going to say we're close to the last group to get into the water, and all 5 of us got in the raft, and I look up and there's no one around us.
Oh gosh.
Everyone's way downstream.
Yeah, I mean, they just
look at that.
Yeah.
took off. Of course, he's got extra kid. He's got 3, and the littlest one is a lot younger than anybody else's.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're like, well, there's so much for waiting on them, And then of course we're taking off so fast we didn't have a chance to, really get our bearings in order. So we take off down the creek, the river, whatever it is, and there's a limb sticking out off of a tree on the side, and it's one of those stories I duck, my kids duck, but my wife doesn't duck.
Oh no.
And then knocks her right off,
Are you serious?
Yeah, so I mean within 30 seconds of being in this boat. I mean
it was
she was
right away.
Yeah.
So wait, knocked her just down or knocked her out of the boat?
Yeah.
And then coming from my perspective where I didn't see everyone, I'm looking down the stream why is she in the water?
Yeah. And so she pops right up. She catches on. It was fine, but we're still moving really fast. So she can't get back in the raft. So she's just floating on the back, hanging on
oh my God.
And it's it's probably up to your chest. It's not real deep or anything.
Yeah.
So, she her feet were getting all torn up because the bottom of the creek is rocks and stuff like that.
And you can't stop for a moment to top in.
There was nowhere to stop.
At that moment, do you think she was regretting sending you that text message?
Yeah, I was hoping because hopefully we'll never have to do it again. So finally we got another person that was in a kayak or something. They kind of came alongside us and slowed us down long enough for her to hop back in.
Oh man, were the kids upset? Were they like, Mom?
Yeah, my daughter was a little. She was a little frightened by that. I think.
I'm sure. Yeah.
But then the rest of the way, I mean, they ended up passing us after a while because we never. There was like a couple places where they're like, you got to stay to the left. You know, every place that said stay to the left, we went to the right. You know,
of course, yeah.
So just.
I'm looking at Steve, and he looks like he. Do you have any?
I'm sure they had stories too.
I would say the only thing. So I have a little canoeing experience.
Okay.
Like I can kind of, kind of keep it going and get us a little out of trouble. I said the only trouble we got in as the speedier parts in the current.
Yeah.
Kind of was forcing us to like the left shore when there was a bunch of trees, like low hanging. So we basically had a duck. Then the raft did like a 360.
Oh God.
And then we were able to paddle out from there.
And when you got a 7 and a 6-year-old in a raft, they're not putting a whole lot of effort into paddling.
Oh heck no!
So it was basically like me on the back paddling, and my wife she's on one side of the raft, so she can only paddle on that one side. So like that kind of leaves me to be doing everything,
Yeah.
So I'm hoping maybe that experience was bad enough that we never have to go back because I hate it with every being of my body.
Oh man, well, my wife's not an outdoorsy kind of person, so she probably would never.
Yeah, that's me.
Go for something like that.
And it was funny because the whole time we were on it, we're thinking we're going to stop and get on shore somewhere, just to have a snack and just get out of the boat for maybe like halfway. So we finally found a place, and we struggled to get to it because of the current, and it was in a turn, in a bend. So we hung out there for a little bit, and then Michael and his family just stroll by because they can't stop to get out because it was kind of difficult just to get to where we were. And so finally we get back in the boat, and we turn the corner, and lo and behold, there was the place we had to leave.
They basically stopped to rest 100 yards before the end of the.
Oh my God, we finally get a break. Oh, there's the finish line right there.
However, I will say that I had to hop out of the boat into the water to stop.
That's true.
To stop our raft at the place where
Really,
and if I wasn't still in the water, his family would have just kept on going. They weren't stopping either. There was no way. Like there was no way.
That place had no help.
I was going to say it sounds like a little bit like unregulated. You kind of think maybe somebody will be down there like helping you out.
Yeah, they were supposed to be.
They were supposed to be. Like the water didn't really bother me so much as the fact that they have a little dock area to get out on, and the current is moving, and there's no help to help people out.
Crazy.
My kids would have been in the water going downstream. I mean, they don't get the concept of anything. So, I mean, I'm being hard on them, but they probably would have been in some trouble. Yeah.
So after this fun adventure, we went to Midway, and we went to this place called Wallace Station.
Yeah, it was. This was on Labor Day, so this was Monday night, and Monday night is fried chicken night at Wallace Station.
I have been to Wallace Station, and now I'm instantly hungry.
That's a good reason. The food there is great.
It was awesome. I mean, like we didn't know it was fried. Like I knew it was fried chicken night. I had forgotten that, but that was an added bonus when we were looking for a place where we could just let the kids kind of run around. Because they got a bunch of picnic tables out.
Yeah.
They got a lot of land. It's out in the country, and so we were going to let the kids just run around while we ate. So that made Steven get the idea of. He has challenged me to come up with the top five chicken places, fried chicken in Lexington.
Ooh,
Very excited about this list.
And so I came up with about 8.
Oh, you got 8.
Oh, we got some.
I mean, he said top 5, but
let's start with the 3 honorable mentions.
Okay, so I would say my honorable mention is Joella's hot chicken.
Okay,
if you guys have ever been there, that's really really good.
I've had Joella's.
Yeah.
Very good.
They put the piece of bread, the piece of white bread underneath it. It soaks up all the flavor and everything. It's pretty good. I like that. For a while during the pandemic, they didn't have bone-in chicken. They only had chicken tenders.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or maybe they didn't have dark meat. I can't remember. There was something.
No, there was a shortage of bone-in chicken.
So
dang, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's countrywide.
Yeah, so we didn't go there really during all that just because for that reason. I like good leg and thigh.
Yeah. Oh, so you're opposite of me. I like breasts.
Yeah, it's too dry for me.
Okay.
But,
yeah.
All right. So anyway, so Joella's, and then I go with Grimes's with 2 S's at the end.
Yeah.
Grimes's.
And that's an honorable mention?
That's an honorable mention.
It's
an honorable mention.
Grimes's is right in our backyard, by the way. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Literally could walk there if I wanted to.
When they opened the second one right here on our side of town, that was huge.
I do like their drive-through situation.
Oh yeah, with the basket on a stick.
Yeah,
it is a right drive-through, not a
Yeah.
a right mic
If you
mic
don't
and menu drive through instead of a left.
Yeah, if you don't have a passenger, you're stretching hard to get that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, so let's start now. I think I'm ready for my top 5 now.
Okay.
All right,
It is.
so number 5, the Merrick Inn.
Okay. I was going to say Merrick better be on that list, man. They got some good fried
It's a little
chicken over there.
fancy, you know. It's not Joella's where you walk up and order at the counter or anything.
There's no
like
white
that.
bread there.
No, they're not. You know, and fried chicken nights on Wednesday nights there. You know, it's really good. I think. You know, it's one of those places that's pretty fancy. You wouldn't think fried chicken would be like their thing.
Yeah, but they do a nice job there.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
they do a good job. That would do a good job. Number 4 on my list would probably be Wallace Station.
Okay.
It was good.
It was good.
That was really
good.
Kind
I've had-
of, you know, that before last week, I don't think that would have happened. So,
Okay.
you know, they moved up the list. Number 3 is Gus's Chicken downtown, world famous
I've yet
chicken.
to have that.
It is world famous.
Yeah.
I've never had it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's really good. They
Okay.
had it at Railbird, but of course the line was, 60 people long.
Yeah.
It's a chain. I mean, not a huge chain. You can get what I like about Gus's. You get down there and it's like just fried chicken, kind of similar to Joella's, and they'll put a piece of white bread on there, Texas toast or something, and then you can get it really hot. But they sell like cans of beer.
Okay.
And they sell Dom Perignon. So
That's right.
So
I love that menu. It's
Don
hilarious.
yeah. So anyway, that's number 4, right?
No, that's
That was
3.
Three.
That was
All right,
3.
top 2.
All right, here we go. And these 2 are
In order.
I mean, yeah, and this it's not even close. Like these 2 are just running away with the competition. Number 2 is Parquet.
I forgot about them.
Yeah, see.
That is good.
Number 2, Parquet's a nice little drive-in, kind of like it's like one of those 50s places where you drive up and order at the counter. They got a big indoor thing too, but
They've been on Food Network
yes,
a lot.
they were on
Yeah.
I think they're on
Guy
a couple.
Fieri's
Yeah, I think
thing,
they're on a
yeah.
couple of
Yes.
them.
So anyway, their fried chicken is really, really good, and they give you the roll with the gravy. You can dip into it while you get it. And the fries. You can get fries or tots. I always get the fries.
I'm
but-
instantly regretting not eating a full dinner tonight. So
and the best part is you can get a half chicken, right?
Ah.
So you get the half chicken, take something home with you. Then you got lunch the next day, and then number 1.
drum
is-
roll.
Oh, we already know.
Number
We know
one
what it
is,
is.
Here we go.
it's not even. I mean, right over here. This is the least dramatic thing you're going to hear on it. Is the Save-A-Lot fried chicken.
Boom.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
It started out as Sloan's around South and Drive, and Sloan's was a nice local place. They had this fried chicken; it was awesome. And then Save-A-Lot took over. Save-A-Lot's like a low end grocery store, so they
Yeah.
don't normally have like a fresh deli like that. But everybody needed to keep the fried chicken, so they kept it, and they kept the same people working, and all that kind of stuff. So it was really good. And then they recently got purchased again by another local place that happened to be a meat specialist anyway. So they kept it, and I think they've even expanded the menu a little bit.
That's
but-
Critchfield's.
Yeah,
Critchfield,
Critchfield's,
That's
yeah.
right.
So now they got like hamburgers and stuff like that. But the fried chicken there it's awesome.
Money.
Yeah.
No, it's
There you go.
so good.
Now let me just caveat: this is just fried chicken. This is not wings.
Correct.
Wings.
That'd be another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
You know, I like
Because then
it.
I'll just talk about banners nonstop. But go ahead.
I was
And
like,
I'll talk about roosters nonstop.
There you
So
go.
we'll just
I like your list, but I think I have to add one in there. Squeeze one in there.
okay.
County Club.
County Club. Yeah, yeah.
I've had their fried chicken before, and it is ridiculously good.
Never had that.
They do have good fried chicken.
Yeah.
there.
Never
And
never had it.
I'm not eating the regular fried chicken maybe as much as you guys are, but I have no issues with the list. I really like Grimes too, so maybe I would put them in the top 5 and not an honorable mention. But
Now I gotta
It's a
ask you a
solid
question. I haven't had them, but why not Indies?
Well, Indies is more of a wing place for me.
Oh, is it?
I mean, they have.
I thought they had.
No, they got legs and thighs and breasts and wings and stuff like that. But I mean, they're more of like you can just I think if you want to go and get 50 wings, that's where you go.
Okay.
a lot of people speak the praises of Indies, so yeah.
No,
it's a
I don't know. I
it's a good
like
mention.
Indies. I kind of knocked them down a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't, but I knocked them down because their sides are terrible. But
Okay.
I could also throw Richie's in, which is a lot like Indies and Grimes's,
Yeah,
which was the original Grimes's. But
that's
Yeah.
right.
yeah, that's where I, and I'm sure I can update that as I, drive around the rest of the week.
I'm looking forward
Think
to
of
it.
some other places.
It's good. It's a good list. Well, speaking of your toast that comes with what on it, gentlemen, we have a new bottle this week. Basil Hayden Toast.
Oh my God, Basil Hayden Toast. This is something that is taking the nation by storm right now. So this is bottled by Jim Beam. The bottle date is 2021. We got ABV, the classic Basil Hayden ABV, which is 40%, 80 proof. This is non-age stated. The mash bill is a little bit different, not what we typically expect. So 63% corn, 27% brown rice, and 10% malted barley. And the MSRP on this is $49.99, so $50.
So brown rice, not white rice, not sticky rice.
This is brown rice that is grown in the United States, according to Jim Beam, and this is something they've been experimenting a lot with lately.
I hate brown rice. You know, I ask you if you want brown or white rice at Chipotle. You know, I never get the brown rice. You gotta get the white rice.
So you're not a fan already, or you
Not
don't
a fan
know
already.
yet?
It's like
That's funny. When I go there, I usually get half and half on the rice.
You get a half and half. That's it. It's supposed to be more healthy, right? It's
I just like them
for you.
both.
that's what they use in the cafeteria at our schools. You know, like tomorrow, for example, the kids got orange chicken and rice. It's
It'll
going to be
be brown
brown
rice.
rice.
Okay.
You know, it's supposed to be
Well,
healthier, I think.
I will note before we talk about this bottle that Jim Beam has, I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago when they had a Master Series bottling. It was a little 375, and they had the brown rice bourbon. That was the first time I think I had ever seen it. And I had a bottle that was pretty good. And then last year's Little Book, Chapter 4, had a blend of 8-year brown rice bourbon in it, along with 2 other different bourbons, I think, or maybe one was a bourbon, one was a rye. So this is something that's becoming more familiar to Jim Beam.
So 80 proof. I mean, I've had IPAs that have more alcohol in them than some Jim Beam.
No doubt.
You know, but the bottle is nice looking. You know, it's got the little. You know, y'all called it a chastity belt.
The chastity belt on
but
it.
I think it's just it's a belt with a nice belt buckle. You know,
Yeah.
it's got the BH belt buckle. I'm not real sure how they drilled these screws into the side to keep that thing, you know, on the bottle. But
Spoiler alert, it's just a adhesive strip.
oh man, it really looked like a real.
That's a wrap. Let's leave.
It's got a good fall look to it, though, doesn't it?
It does. It kind of looks like the bottles on fire, but like the colors of leaves that you see. You know, like
Are you saying it looks like a pumpkin spice latte?
It kind of does.
Yeah.
it does. Yeah.
So it's got this little necklace on the top here, you know, little emblem on it,
Yeah.
and it says, "You've tried it charred. ...
Ooh.
Now try it toasted." So I don't know what that means. Apparently, I've tried it charred before, because that's what it told me I have.
I don't. I'm not sure what that means, to tell you the truth.
And spoiler alert for when you all trying it, it already gives you the notes on the side. So
Oh, it has the tasting notes right
yeah,
on the bottom.
I'm not
Yeah.
giving it away right now because I want to see what you all think.
Okay.
And it's DSP Kentucky 230. So
Pretty low.
that's it's a low number, 230. Not really, but
At some point in time, they probably because
all I know is for 80 proof and just a regular bottle, it's kind of expensive. Seems like it's like $30 or something.
it is.
You
And
know, I don't really want to pay that for a Jim Beam.
I remember having the regular Basil Hayden, which I just have to note this. I recently heard someone call it Basil Hayden. I don't know if that's anything how you pronounce it. If it is, then I apologize. But
That's probably Steven when he was
I'm
talking
gonna
about his
continue-
mixtures. And
mixtures. I'm going to continue to call it Basil Hayden.
Wasn't there a
but,
Kentucky person that was
there
Basil?
was a UK basketball coach, but it's not the same person.
Right.
Right.
I wonder if that's why they called it that.
Maybe.
Mhm.
All I know is I'm going to continue to call it Basil Hayden, and I just know that I've had quite a few things, but over the years now, this has become their experimental line. So you see a lot of different offerings coming out, different ryes, 10-year-old Basil Hayden, all different kind of stuff. So, but it's all 80 proof.
Well, fellas, do you want to go for our first notes?
It's very there's not a lot that you can really. It's very muted
Yep. Yeah, I
on the
agree.
nose, but I don't know.
I mean, are you even having a hard time just picking out standard notes?
I am a little bit. It's weird because usually everything that we're trying is much higher in proof than this. I mean, I think the lowest proof thing we've probably tasted on the show was probably last week when we were tasting the budget bourbons, and we found the same kind of problem there.
I mean, I don't know if it's just because it says toast, but I'm picking up butter.
I think they're getting you on that one.
That must be the psychology of it.
You saying I don't smell butter?
Toasted wood.
I was going to say I do get a little toasted smell from it, like a charred smell. So I guess you'd call it toasted oak and maybe faint caramel.
Well, should we go for our first taste?
Sure.
That's a unique flavor profile.
Yeah, I think unique is probably That's where we're at with this one. I mean, I don't know what else to say. When you say unique, I think that unique is probably the driver here.
Yeah.
You know what's coming next when you hear unique.
Yeah, it's usually not the best thing.
As teachers do that, when you're talking about a kid. Oh, he's unique.
Oh.
You know what that means.
Yeah.
That's code. I'm going to look out for that now.
Yeah, you better watch out. There's nothing good's coming next.
I'll pick up like some faint flavors. The caramel, that toasted comes over to the palate to me, like maybe a little toasted almond or walnut.
Okay, I just want to get just on the general notes I'm picking up. Not flavor notes, but just the feel of it.
Yeah.
I feel like I got this like harsh bleh
you know what
on the tongue.
Do you know what I think that is? I think that's
Trash.
actually the
That's what I think it was.
You think it was trash?
It's kind of what I felt.
I think it was the brown rice bourbon, because that note that I can't describe is the same thing I tasted when I tasted that 11-year-old version of the Masters a long time ago, because it was 90 proof, I think. And it definitely has a different flavor. And you can pick it up also in the little book. It's very distinctive, to say the least. And I have yet to nail down exactly what it is, but I think it's that brown rice influence.
So brown rice, is that the same thing Japanese sake is made out of?
I know that sake is made out of rice. I'm not sure, but maybe that's the influence of the...
Just the rice grain itself.
Suntory
That's different, in this.
Yeah. I don't think we've tried any bourbons that have rice in them. That's for certain. So, and I don't know how many actually use rice.
So as I keep looking at the bottle, this is by the James B. Beam Distillery. What does the B stand for?
I have no idea, and I don't want to butcher it, but do you know?
I don't know.
Bourbon?
James Bourbon
Beam.
Bourbon Beam.
I think that's probably right.
It could be Basil.
Basil. There you go. Maybe it is.
Maybe it's
Buford.
Buford. Brock. Yeah. Jim Brock Beam.
Bartholomew.
I don't know. I feel like he should have probably put his initials on the side of the belt here.
There you go.
Benedict.
He's gonna keep going over there.
He's just gonna keep going.
Just keep
Sorry,
going.
I brought this up.
Maybe just Brian. Is it Brian? Maybe. Well, this is the brainchild of this one. I think the grandson Freddie is responsible for. So he's been doing a lot more with the products now, as his dad steps down or steps back, not steps down.
This is his baby.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Even better.
So, fellas, would you pass, try, or buy on the Basil Hayden Toast? So
I would pass, and I saw people going crazy over this thing when they started putting it out in the stores, and I'm just like, "Is this Basil? This is Basil Hayden we're talking about here, right?" Which I was unimpressed with, and even toasted, I'm still unimpressed with it. So. I don't even get my bread toasted at Subway when they can put it in the, put it in the thing.
As a honorable mention for our fried chicken is Cane's.
Oh yeah, I'm not even putting.
I know, but you can get your Texas toast Bob style there.
Oh,
that is butter on both sides.
Ooh,
you can ask for that.
I learned.
So that's when you said
tonight.
toast. I don't get butter or something.
Oh, okay, that's good. Well, I'm still passing.
Still passing.
I'm not passing on the Canes, but I will pass on the.
God, good Canes.
There you go.
I'm going to be a pass and a half.
Okay.
The reason I say half is, and I know this is not going to happen, but I find it hard to pass up a drinking experience.
Okay.
So this has the rice. If it's out there, and if it's under $10, I would try it.
Okay.
But I'm not going to spend more than that on a pour.
Yeah, no,
I don't think it's worth it. But just to have the brown rice experience, maybe.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying a half, because I would just more or less pass on this, but it's just a little unique with the brown rice. So I would just say if you can get it reasonable, I would just I would try it.
Yeah, I like those. I mean, I don't know. When it comes to this stuff, the only Basil Hayden that I had recently that I liked was I think it was a dark Caribbean rum one, which is like a rum finished rye, I think. That one to me stuck out, something that I would probably go back and revisit, but I've never really had anything out of the line that I've liked all that much. And this
is basically everything they have is 80 proof.
Yeah, everything has 80 proof. And this was no different. I bought it. I had high hopes for it. We just sipped it, and I can't really understand why the Kroger that that I go to frequently had 5 cases of it that disappeared in less than 2 weeks. And so I know it's selling like hotcakes all over the nation, but, you know, I'm underwhelmed. I'm probably going to pass on it, but I do understand where you're coming from with the experience. And that experience is that we have something unique, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's not outlandish, you know, just try it. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing to write home about.
Yeah, no doubt. Gosh, that's almost unanimous. It's been a while since we've done that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
And with that, thanks for listening to this week's edition. Please like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Mashup KY. Also, let us know your thoughts on this bottle in the comment section. Until next time, keep it neat.